Hey guys, your buddy Horseticuffs here, and today I'm trying something a little different, doing a series called Well Hey I Tried with Horseticuffs, where I play a couple of games that I really loved, but fuck me, I couldn't beat it, I couldn't pull it out, dog. Today we're doing Horseticuffs X, or EX, for PC, and it's by Locomotillo, and it's like a expanded version of a really great PC indie game that's freeware still. This version costs a few dollars, like $10, and it's basically modern Super Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, Ghosts and Ghouls, whatever you want to call it. But this is like if Capcom made a new entry in the series. It's really great. The artwork, as you can see, is freaking beautiful, and you can add scan lines if you want. If you got a computer that can browse the internet, it can probably run this thing, and it's just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Great pixel artwork, nice dark atmosphere. It's got something that I really like in it. Of course, I'm into the dark and mysterious and the macabre, but I really love the element of religion that the indie developer here brought into this game. There's many references to Christianity, to the devil. It's just really good stuff, like real Christian mythological demons and whatnot. It's really cool, and one of the cool features they added in this version was a bestiary. It involves all the different stuff. As you see, the game does not shy away from religious symbology. It's got a cross, which is pretty cool. But yeah, all the items, all the enemies, it all gives it like a cool kind of medieval triptych kind of description, which I really appreciate. It doesn't shy away from plagued lands ravaged by the Walking Dead and crap like that. It's very cool, and I'll tell you what, it's balls hard. It's not as hard as Ghosts and Goblins for the NES or the arcade. That was bonkers, but it's definitely harder than a modern game. There's no save states. I know one of the big deals with this version, the EX version, was that it was supposed to save your progress, but I found that to be less than reliable. I got up to a certain boss yesterday, and today I go back in and it starts me off at level 1. So I think maybe if you quit out completely, then you're boned and you have to start over. I went through the game as far as I could multiple times yesterday, and it was definitely worth it. I mean, it's a very fun experience, and I recommend it. I wish to hell I could beat this game, even with the crappiest ending. I would still want it. And the game gives you, I believe, 3 hits as opposed to Ghosts and Goblins 2, and it gives you, I think, like 3 lives, and you have infinite continues, but if you take too many of them, more than 4 I believe, you're gonna get a crappy ending. But hey, you know what, man, I think, like I said, any ending from this game is a badge of freaking honor. It's got just like really fucking memorable bosses and level design, and at its heart it's simple, but it's got a ton of charm and class. And it's cool because, like, in a nod to shoot 'em ups, one of the secondary weapons you can get in this is like a fairy. Now you'll see I had it there after the boss, but I edited out a bunch of deaths. I try and keep this as exciting as possible, as hard as it is to tell from my monotone voice. But one of the secondary weapons you get is a blue fairy that follows you and shoots when you shoot. So it's almost like a support ship from a shmup, which is cool. This game it has it all. And one of the cool features, I haven't found any weapons in this game that were just total horse shit. Unlike Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. I mean, this does have the holy water, or fire, or whatever you want to call it. But in this case, it's not completely useless. It is mostly useless, but some of the weapons in this game, besides the lance, which is what I always call the default weapon in these kind of games, something like this, the bolos, or whatever you want to call it, definitely have a purpose. And in fact, They're the best weapon I've found. But yeah, this is has some interesting weapon choices. The scythe, like in Ghouls and Ghosts, or Super Ghosts and Goblins, I beg your pardon, definitely has a place. This weapon has a place. It's I would say this game is tough but fair. You know, fairer than the old 8 and 16-bit versions are. And you know, to be quite honest, at least to the point I progressed to, the music is not as memorable, but it's quality. You know, in some ways, like, you can get double jumps in this game as one of the like secondary items. I wish it were like a full-time permanent add-on, like a perk, but no such luck. If you get something else, you lose it. Now, one boon this has over the NES and Super Nintendo and arcade Capcom classics is that, okay, you've probably all been in a scenario where you have the weapon you want. Okay, it's the weapon that's going to get you through this area, hand to God. But you're stuck in a situation where, like, a shitty weapon pops in and it's in your way and you can't get past it and it's not going to disappear. That's bullshit and it sucks. See, for God and Castilla, the kingdom that you're a knight of, and we just killed kind of like a pretty cool, like, rot worm boss kind of thing. Chapter 2, Road of the Harpies. This is a cool level. Yeah, the weapons in this game revolve. If you wait long enough, they won't disappear, but they'll cycle through every possible weapon so you get the one you want, which is neat. Now in this one, in this level, level 2, you are going down a road on a horse-drawn cart with your fellow knights, and they are protecting you and you're protecting them as you fight off harpies in the dead of night in front of a Spanish castle, which is a very cool setting. And there's owls with fire bombs, you know, like owls do. Now, harpies have a special place in my heart. One of my favorite series of books is Dante's Dante's Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso, the Divine Comedy, you know. And harpies have an awesome part in Inferno. You know, they are basically they are monsters with the chest, stomach, like the upper torso of a woman, brass claws. They've got friggin' wings and talons, and they just mock you mercilessly. They're pretty badass, to be quite honest. And it's cool to see them here. You know, it really shows a dedication, you know, all to medieval monsters, and like all of the monsters in this game are quote-unquote real medieval monsters from actual, like, European mythology, which is fucking awesome. You know, I'm not really acquainted with all of them, a fair bit of them, yes, but I'm not acquainted with the two-headed vulture. It kind of reminds me of a roc, which was like a giant bird that was supposed to exist in Asia, with a wingspan of like 40 feet. But I'm not familiar with that one in particular. And this one's cool. This is a cool, like, little extension of the road harpy level, where you're in their little nesting area with eggs rolling around. If you break the eggs, harpies pop out. And you'll see here in a little bit that I get the double jump for a little bit. But yeah, definitely, you know, you can play this game for free with the freeware version. But this guy Locomotivo, he does a lot of very cool stuff, and most of it is freeware. So I encourage you to buy this and show your support, because he definitely deserves it. He's got a great, like, sword and sandal kind of NES era slasher that came out in 2015 called Curse of Ilios, where you're a fisherman who has to rescue his daughter from all this awesome Ray Harryhausen shit, like animated skeletons and giants and animated statues and friggin', you know, just all this ancient Greek monster bullshit is just fucking awesome. And it looks like a Nintendo game, and it's balls hard, and I haven't beat that, but bet your sweet ass I'm gonna go back to that. He does some amazing stuff, and his pixel art is beyond reproach. Just amazing shit. So see, I just got the axe, which, you know, as with the Capcom games, which is of course influenced by, not a shitty weapon at all. Now this is a beautiful level. You know, you're on a bunch of windmills. There's a city in the background. Those fucking windmill wingy things definitely can knock you the hell around. and you're about to see the little fairy, the blue fairy that can be your support unit, which is very invaluable in some of these levels. You know, there's definitely some challenging platforming going on. You know, you've got these red dragons that are highly reminiscent of Medusa heads, although of course this is not Castlevania or Castlevania-like. But yeah, I mean, this dude, Loco Matteo, or whatever you want to call him, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He does some real quality shit. I just wish, like with everything, I wish developers kept in mind people who just suck at video games but love video games, you know, people like me. Now, as you're watching this, you're watching a pretty seamless go-through of the game up to the point where I just couldn't continue anymore, but believe me, all the progress you're seeing was fucking hard won. This is a cool little boss. He's like a wizard who controls the weather. Nibiru. And, you know, it's got a lot of lightning and shit, but all the progress that you've seen me get here, like I said, very hard won. I died hundreds of times, man, and like I said, I suck at video games, but you know I love them. And I wish developers would understand, you know, it's like, if this were a real retro game being played on an emulator, I would save state my way to brute force this shit, you know it. But like, when I have a limited amount of lives and continues, yeah, infinite continues, sure, but I can't turn this off and go like hang out with my girlfriend or my kids or walk my dog and then come back to where I left. And that is a quality of life improvement I would love to see from more developers like this. Because I just can't fucking just sit here for 8 hours and beat my way through this and bully my way through, you know, I just can't. This is a cool little bonus level called the Plague Dance, where you have to kill little plague crickets. It's neat. It's just, all you really get is bonus points. But, you know, I would love to get through this, and even if I got a shitty, I mean, like, when I was a kid, I beat Ghosts and Goblins on an NES, and I fucking got to the final boss, and I killed him, and it was like, ha, asshole, you know, why don't you play for real this time, sucker? And fucking, it sucked, and I was disappointed, but I was also like fucking 9 years old, and I had the fucking time to do that shit. I couldn't even get the shitty ending nowadays, you know? Hell, I'm gonna be 38 here in a few months. I just can't hang with that shit no more. But, yeah, I would, developers, if anybody's seeing this, please put in a difficulty setting. Just let us fucking brute force our way through pretty easy if you can. Cause damn, I would love to be able to say I beat this to completion. Now, the story of the day that I got Ghosts and Goblins for the Nintendo is a pretty cool story in my book. First time I played Ghosts and Goblins was in an arcade at a gas station that my mom had taken me to. And I was probably 9, you know, same year I got it for the Nintendo, and I had let a kid, I didn't even know there was a home version, and this kid I went to school with, and it was like 5th grade or something like that, he told me, he gave me a list, he asked if we could trade games, you know, so we could each try a little something. You know, back in the day, you didn't have a million games, you had basically what your parents got you for your birthday and for Christmas, and that was it for the year, so you didn't have many choices, you know. This is a cool little dragon you find. But I let him borrow, I believe it was Mega Man 2, and he let me borrow, you know, Mega Man 2, freaking classic. Beat that too back in the day. But he let me borrow Ghosts and Goblins because he brought me a handwritten list, and I picked that because I loved that game in the arcade. I didn't get very far, but I loved the whole mythology and the motif behind it, you know. And I immediately after I got it, he gave it to me on the bus before school, and freaking as soon as I got to class, I started going, I'm not feeling good. You know, teach, can I go home? I need to go to the nurse. I'm not feeling good. And honestly, one of my parents, I forget it was my mother or my father, they owned a business together, small business owners. Their time was valuable, and I made them come get my ass and take me home because I was faking sick so I could rush the fuck home and play Ghosts and Goblins on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And I'm full of stories like that where I pretended to be sick and fucking just stayed home and play fucking Nintendo. And those are probably some of the best memories of my life. Kind of an asshole little kid thing to do. I'd be pissed if I found out my kids did that to me now. But, you know, I'd probably honestly fucking understand, you know? I like to hope I would, but, yeah. That was a great couple fucking days. I think it was a Friday even, so I had like 3 days to do it to it, you know? And this is a manticore. Now, I have heard of this monster before, and it's a... You know, I don't think it's maybe the coolest interpretation of it, but still, it's pretty cool. You know, I'd like it to be a little beefier and scarier, but definitely a tough boss, and I died to it plenty of times. Yeah, I don't have the reflexes I had when I was a kid, but honestly, a lot of modern games don't really require reflexes like that, like the old games anymore. Extra time. And, you know, there is a timer to this game, but I found it's pretty generous. I never, of all the fucking things that killed me in this fucking game, time was never one of them. You know, I always had more than enough time. It never even came close. And that's pretty cool. One of the supplementary items they give you is a shield so that you can take an extra hit and it doesn't really affect you. So that's kind of a saving grace. I mean, cold comfort, all things considered, but cool. And I got the little spinny wheelie things again. That's cool. And I'll admit I accidentally edited out a very cool level in a burning library, but this is the boss I couldn't get past. Crazy Quixote of Don Quixote fame, and fucking he does not register damage at all. So like, if you're hitting him, you don't fucking know it. But fucking, I died to him a million fucking times, and I fully intend to try again someday. But I'll be goddamned if I couldn't even tell I was hitting him, except occasionally I saw the hearts go down, and it was nothing I was doing special. You know, it's like, it's not like he's flashing orange when he's damaged, or fucking he doesn't register damage in any way at all. So if I'm doing something to hurt him, I don't know what it is, because I hit him plenty of times and it doesn't fucking do shit. So I got no clue. There's no cue at all that he's being damaged. So whatever I'm doing, it's taking off the 1 or 2 hits. I'm giving it all I got. I'm wailing on him as much as I can, avoiding fire, and like surviving as long as I can. And maybe he'll get like 5 hearts down. I get the impression there has to be some kind of trick to it that I'm not getting. But for whatever it is, I got no clue. Next game I'm going to do is Starguard, which is a freaking... I like a lot of these indie games, and this game has what I think... It's definitely got like an Atari motif. It looks like a 2600 game, but I think it has some of the best storytelling in video games, and the story is all told on the back of the level, you know, in writing, and I think that's fucking awesome. You know, you are like a spaceman trying to protect Venus. Yeah, the last assault must succeed or all is lost. You are trying to rescue the good people of Venus, the jungles of Venus, from a fucking space wizard. How rad is that shit? It's some awesome science fantasy shit. And like I said, this is all your basic run and gun kind of fucking like Contra, Mega Man style of gameplay. Quite a bit simpler. Now I love the like monochrome graphics, or you know, the very few colors. There's like 2 or 3 colors maybe in this game, and I love the look of it. Fucking love it. It's very striking, and I've loved it for years, and I'll remember it for years. The catacombs are all but bottomless. Expect fiercer opposition as you descend. And I think fucking the storytelling is fantastic, and it really, even though it's like stick figures, basically stick figures, the game has really captured my imagination, and the lore has really captured my imagination. You know, I'm a big fan of the concept of science fantasy, you know, where like you've got like outer space and aliens and like swords and freaking, you know, laser swords and, you know, laser guns and space wizards. And, you know, of course, that famous line from Destiny, that wizard is from the moon. That really fucking blew my skirt up, man. The idea of a fucking moon wizard is fucking tight as hell, dog. And what's nice about this game is there are plentiful respawn points. And if you die, it's like Super Meat Boy or Meat Boy. You just you spawn right back in the action, man. It's in a second you're back where you were. Great storytelling. And this is free on the site vacuumflowers.com. Go pick it up right the fuck away. This is a very old game, probably approaching 10 years at this point, but he's doing a bunch of weird experimental indie stuff now. Give that a shot. I haven't really tried any of it, but yeah, go to Vacuum Flowers because Starguard is fucking rad. It's a very memorable experience in my opinion. You know, it's like fucking, it's all, like I said, it's all simple. And up until the final boss, I got to the final boss in this video, and you know, usually I edit my deaths out, but this game, you're back in the action, right back where you were so fast. I was just like, fuck it, let's do a quick and dirty video, you know, because I have loved this game for years, and I never got as far as the final boss, but I really wanted to beat it for this video. I just, like I said, I couldn't come through in the clutch, dog. But this game is so worth your time. It's real quick, 45 minutes, 40 minutes or so. If you're better than me, maybe you can do it in 35. But it's fantastic. And even with the simple black, yellow, and green and red graphics, it conjures up such a world for me. You know, I almost see the jungle cities of Venus, you know. That's probably the dorkiest fucking thing I've ever said. But they just do a great job, and the story is some real Edgar Rice Burroughs shit right there. I mean, I love the world of weird fiction and stuff. For endless ages, the wizards' hordes have plagued the free cities of Venus. How can you say a sentence like that and not sound like the biggest fucking dork ever? I don't know, but to me, it sounds metal as hell when this game's saying it. You know, I mean, Jesus. Fucking free space wizards, free cities of Venus. That sounds dorky, but it's rad. I mean, yes, I may have read the occasional monster manual for fun, but countless. Fuck. Hold on. Countless billions have fallen to his foul beasts and dark sorceries. That is some good writing right there, man. Fucking billions of Venetians just fucking decimated by dark magic and monsters. To me, that spells rad as hell. Not that genocide is rad as hell. I hope you understand. I don't want any kind of PewDiePie scenario here. But you know, the idea of fucking space wizards and magic, space magic is fucking awesome. One by one, the great cities crumbled. Rock and roll, motherfucker. And what's cool is that, like, any enemy, when you die, fucking anything you've done, you know, it's persistent. Like, fucking enemies you've killed are still dead. They don't respawn. Well, most of them don't fucking respawn, you know. Some of them do, but that's like their shtick. That's what they do, you know. And like I said, this game is not what I would call unfairly hard until you get to the final boss, and that may just be because I suck. I bet it's got a hell of an ending, though. I mean, ultimately, I'm sure the ending is just words. But words are powerful shit, man. Words are powerful shit. And you've got these little green dudes that are like other warriors there trying to help you out, which is neat. And some of them do an alright job, but most of them are pretty much bullet catchers, laser catchers, as the case may be. Lots of lava on Venus. Of course, I hear it does rain sulfuric acid there, so I guess the real Venus is pretty goddamn heavy metal too. Should this last desperate strike fail, none will be left to mourn you but ghosts. How can you fucking even go beyond that, man? It's fucking rad. Our citadel has been attacked in your absence. Oh no, that's some fucking biting drama. Oh fuck, monster ghosts. You got these like little fucking rhino dudes. Wave after wave crashes against the adamant gates. Now guys, seriously, how many times has a video game taught you new vocabulary? Fucking adamant. You know, that's fucking, you know, it's like fucking, that's a word that if you position your life the right way, you can use that word in a sentence in your day-to-day life at some point. And how fucking cool are you gonna feel? Well, Barbara, you know, I'm not too happy about, you know, the way you handled that at the office the other day. I felt your attitude was a bit adamant, and you have to be a little more freewheeling with folks. I mean, people are people. That's just a stupid ass example. Like I said, you know, most of the monsters don't respawn, but some of them, that's like their whole fucking shtick. Like, you kill these dudes and then their ghosts come back. These fucking little red egg things. Okay, now we're moving on. Fucking space octopi, that's pretty cool. You know, I'm sure Venus is a fucking awesome place, but I wish it had half this awesome shit. And there's some pretty good, like, little platforming challenges in this game, too. Even though it's mostly running and gunning. The Citadel yet stands. I think this game would be highly improved by an Iron Maiden soundtrack. You know, there's such a little penalty to death, it's not even... Man, don't even flex it, son. Make haste. We know not how long we can hold. I mean, I'll admit, I'm a bit of a fan of purple prose in my storytelling. Big H.P. Lovecraft fan, of course. You know, August Derleth, friggin' Robert Bloch, all that good stuff. So I'm a bit of a fan of this stuff. And yes, I've listened to my fair share of the Smiths as well. You know, I always tell my kids, why use 100 words to describe something when you can use 500? I was just telling them that today, earlier, when we were talking about doing book reports. Damn it, these fucking space octopi are a bitch. Luckily, you can be a one-man human wave attack on these guys. I mean, it's like I said, it's not a long game. Just fucking throw yourself at it. And, you know, to me, there's a real charm. The skies over our fortress grow dark. Hell yeah. But there's a real charm to the simple graphics. The air is heavy with the beating of wings. That's great writing. I would love to see another game like this at some point. Should you fail, know that all you love will surely perish. Hell yeah. But, you know, I would love to see more games in the series, but like I said, it seems the developer has kind of gone a different road. I understand that this game met with some success and publicity when it was released years back. I think Rock Paper Shotgun did some coverage of it or something to that effect. I don't remember where I first learned about it, probably on the TIG forums, you know. Which I was a member of. Probably my account's probably still there, but I haven't been on there in quite a few years at this point. The game does throw quite a few obstacles at you later on. You know, it's, you know, like most games, the platforming gets much more intense. But it's so generous with the respawn points. I mean, it's hard to hold fault with them. You know, these things are really just points, the diamonds, and they're essentially meaningless. Points are just, they're there if you're into score attacking or friggin' like just like being a point guy. I'm just going for it for fun because I want to savor the experience of Starguard, but it's very non-essential, you know. If you don't want to do with the aggravation, like most days I don't, you know, it's like, you know, my kids were watching me play, not this, but Cursed Castillo EX. And at some point, man, you know, like I said, I'm getting older. My time is valuable. I work a lot. You know, I'm usually pretty stressed out from that. I don't want to come home and just be friggin' totally aggravated and pissed off and freak out, you know. A lot of times I want an easy mode that's just gonna freaking just let me see the game. Let me beat the game, dude, you know. I want to fucking play beginning, middle, and end and enjoy the fucking experience and not stress out too much. If that makes me casual, well, I am running a YouTube channel that mainly does fucking old retro and arcade and indie PC games, so I think that's pretty hardcore for whatever the hell that's worth as like a grown-ass man and father. But I mean, like, I'm not exactly playing fucking Call of Duty here, although that is a cool series. You know, these are pretty niche games, and even though I love them, they're fucking hard, and time is short, and life is fleeting, and fucking death is fucking coming ripping for us. So fucking give me a goddamn easy mode, developers, damn. You know? If I fail fucking 40 times, just let me get past the boss, okay, man? I really like the feature Nintendo does in some of their games, where, you know, if you suck and you can't fucking do it, if you just fucking can't, man, you know, a pop-up will come and it'll play the game for you if you let it. It's an option. It's completely optional. You don't have to let it. If you think you can fucking pull out all the stops and get shit done, go for it. But it's there. You will never run into like a fucking 2D Mario game, I'm assuming, unless they drop the feature. But it's like with most modern 2D Mario games, if you just can't fucking do it, it'll do it for you, and it'll let you go on with your bad self, you know? I really like that, and I appreciate that shit a lot. The spires of the city rose gleaming and exultant above the fucking verdant jungle. That's fucking awesome, and a picture paints that, or, you know, fucking words can paint 1,000 fucking, I don't even know what fucking my metaphor here is, but that's fucking awesome. That's fucking rad. But, you know, it's like, I will spend hours playing your game, or people in their pride and arrogance. I will spend hours playing your game. Just fucking allow for people who suck. It doesn't make us worse people. I will play the nichest of niche games, created the wizard to guide them. So here's the question, gentle viewers and Starguard lovers. Hopefully there's one or two of you out there. Is the wizard a fucking wizard? Like magic fucking wizard that fucking uses the humors of the universe to conjure up fucking mana and fucking manipulate the cosmos? Is he like a wizard-ass, Gandalf-ass wizard? Or is he an AI developed by a fucking highly technologically advanced civilization? You know, some science dude said that technology significantly advanced appears as magic. That's, you know, not an exact quote, I'm pulling that out of my ass. But, you know, what if it's technology that's just so fucking advanced by an AI that fucking, it just appears like magic to us because it's a science fantasy setting, you know? The very fact that the people of Venus, and I've given some thought to this in this 2D ass fucking retro ass modern fucking game about space wizards, I've given a lot of thought to the story, and the idea that they call him a wizard because he's so fucking, what he can do is so fucking magical and advanced. But it seems like at one point in their history, eons ago, they made him. The people of Venus made the space wizard. So fucking like, yeah, maybe they made him using magical means or some shit, but what if they were just like way more advanced than even us, and they just made a fucking AI that took over the society? That's something to think about going forward, man. That's something our whole species is going to have to think about. You know, like, maybe someday in the future, it would be better off if humans weren't in charge. You know, if we had something intelligent guiding us. The wizard was all we wanted him to be. You know, what if we had a better option than humanity, flawed humanity guiding our hand? Like a benevolent dictator. No, like a benevolent AI that had our best interests at heart. Like how far we could go. If we could keep it benevolent, the city prospered. I mean, the idea of AIs has always been really fascinating to me. You know, it's like, if they're intelligent, you know, if they're cognizant of their own existence, how are they different than us? We have to give them the basic freedoms any sentient being would have. I did that on purpose. All Venus fell to our unstoppable armies, and all men paid us tribute. Yeah, there's some Symphony of the Night as quality writing right there. I mean, you know, it's like, what? I mean, nowadays when we're finding dolphins are as intelligent as we are, crows are as intelligent as we are, they just have a different intelligence. It was not long before he no longer needed us. Something to think about. But, you know, it's like when we're finding that a lot of animals have intelligence, they're just not an anthropomorphic intelligence like we're used to. You know, who's to say that something that we build and design and program to be intelligent and is intelligent and realizes that it exists is not deserving of the same respect and dignity that we give all, even the most basic of human life. It's a very cool concept and something that I wish our species gave more thought to. And, you know, I'm sure at the highest levels of government where they have plans for fucking zombie outbreaks and all kinds of ridiculous shit because they have to have plans for ridiculous shit. You know, I'm sure they have a plan for that scenario. You know, for the eventual invention of legitimate artificial intelligence. I'm absolutely sure that they have something in mind. You know, I read years ago that the British government had a plan in place for what happens when they need to grant artificial intelligence basic human rights. And I think that'd be a good thing for all governments to work toward. You know, that day will come. You know, technology is advancing at a rate to where maybe even in our lifetimes, or if not our grandchildren's lifetimes, we will have self-aware artificial intelligence. And if it thinks like us, then you've got to treat it like a fucking living thing. It's our intelligence that matters, isn't it? Anyways, I know I've gotten pretty far off from fucking space wizards. But I just thought it was so cool, and, you know, that it may not be a wizard at all, even though space wizards are fucking awesome, but that it's in fact an artificial intelligence that is so far advanced from the current society that lives there, in this post-apocalyptic nightmare, you know, that the AI, which has taken over, has created. You know, they're over there in fucking, like, a medieval type setting with fucking jetpacks and fucking lasers, and fucking this AI looks just like a fucking god to them, you know, staring down at them from its mighty tower, like some kind of god wizard. And it's just a fucking AI. That's fucking awesome. Like I said, I don't know why this weird little fucking indie PC game that probably 1,000 people in the world have heard of captured my imagination so many years ago, and it still fucking does. But, like, sometimes I'll just be at work and fucking I'll be like doing some complex shit. The old tales do not tell us what the wizard truly is. You know, even the game hints at this shit that I'm talking about, I think. But, you know, sometimes I'll just be like at work thinking about working on a problem or something, putting out a fire. Not that I'm a fireman, but, you know, just solving some issue. And fucking I'll start thinking about like this game and like fucking what is this game saying about fucking artificial intelligences and fucking kick-ass fucking space wizards. I don't know, it's just like some kind of weird fucking thing with me. It really captured my intelligence or my imagination. Good God, if this game captured my intelligence, I don't have it to spare. And I'm sorry for the rambling rants about fucking AI and fucking giving rights to AI and shit, but I'm fairly certain nobody but me is ever going to watch this all the way through. And that's cool. You know, this is just a hobby I like doing for funsies. Fucking lava. I like the process of producing, you know, playing games and recording them and then, you know, kind of producing these little shows. It's a fun thing for me to learn. And, you know, if I turn somebody on to a classic or a gem maybe that they missed, all the better. I would love it if somebody fucking got down to playing fucking Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx, or fucking this game, or Curse Castillo EX or some shit. I would fucking love that. Because one of my videos, that would be the highest fucking honor. Perhaps he was born of steel and crystal. Fucking hell he was. Now that's a goddamn sentence. Perhaps he was born of steel and crystal. Well, fucking maybe, son, maybe. This part is super fucking hard with these fucking eggs of death coming at you. Jesus. You gotta be some kind of fucking platforming god. It can get pretty intense. Fucking hell, thank God for generous save spots. You know not what he has become. I don't know, I love everything about this game, from the motif, from the simple aesthetic to the fucking super complex plot. I fucking love it, man. Even if I can't beat it, even if I die on a space wizard somehow, that's okay. I'm not that fucking stupid. Come on, guy. I'm not even gonna fucking chance that shit. But yeah, the game does become quite the fucking platformer in its later stages. Let me tell you. Fucking hell. Just fucking be patient. You know, hold your breath. Fucking exhale at a fucking steady pace. Just don't fucking get all herky-jerky and start getting impatient. Take your fucking time. That was fucking cool. Damn it. More fucking eggs of death. I could have been a little more generous with this particular save spot. You can spawn me down there, please, Christ. But you'll see you move a bit faster than they do. Oh. Like I said, it can get pretty fucking intense. And in that particular situation, with the enemies there and the eggs coming at me, there ain't shit I can fucking do. All you can do is fucking just keep throwing yourself at the problem, hope enough bullets will take care of it. I've seen on YouTube a few people have posted like no-hit runs of this and shit like that. I can't imagine. I cannot fucking imagine. It just goes to show me personally how out of my league I am with this whole YouTuber shit, man. You know, because my reflexes ain't so hot anymore. Old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. But like the fact that somebody could get through this game without getting hit, that seems insane to me. Loading level 9. We gotta be getting close to the end. It gets very insane as you know, later on. Holy crap. You know, I narrate after the fact. I recorded this video a few weeks ago and I forgot how fucking balls hard this particular level was. The fact that an old dude like me got to the Space Wizard is fucking crazy. I feel pretty good that I got to the final boss even. I didn't get that far in Cursed Castillo EX. But ultimately, the reason I made this video is because even though I could not beat these games, I don't feel that's a judgment on me, and I don't feel that's a judgment on these games, because I definitely got a lot out of them, even without being able to beat them. And that's why I said, well, hell, I tried. You know, I wanted to present these games to you in their entirety. You know, fucking show you guys the what for, the depth and breadth of how glorious they are, but fucking I just couldn't. But that doesn't mean they're not super fucking special and super fucking worth your time, because they are totally both. Both of them are worthwhile in every possible way. Even if you can't fucking beat it. Mark my words, like I said, if these games were emulated like Nintendo or Super Nintendo games or something, I would save state and brute force my fucking way through them. I would Game Genie if I had to. I would fucking cheat whatever way it took to fucking beat them. But these are like PCA games, and it's just not a possibility. I downloaded Cheat Engine thinking maybe I could use that, but fucking I did it, yay. You know, that's complicated shit too right there. And ultimately I said, fuck it. The defenders falter entire, yet our foes' hunger is bottomless. It just, to me, this game shows how powerful one person, you know, with a pen, a metaphorical pen, can be. You know, I've played games with fucking tons of writers and a huge storytelling budget, and cinematic after cinematic after cinematic, and some of those can be a lot of fun and good storytelling too. The gates shudder and warp. But for me, no storytelling has ever been as effective as white text on a black background with stick figures around it. I mean, it's fucking... the whole experience has been so enchanting to me. I would love to just shake the hand of the developer. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name right now, or their name. I shouldn't misgender. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, or male or female, or what have you, but the ground trembles as the wizard's horde pours through the broken portal. Fucking rad. Everything about this game is fucking rad. And if this were published in 1988 on the fucking Nintendo, or on like an Atari 5200 or some shit, this would have been right at home, and I think it would have been one of the fucking... I think it would have gone down in history. I mean, such great storytelling. If it had hit at the right time, I think we'd still be talking about this. I don't think this game got half the fucking attention it deserved, a quarter of the attention it deserved. Like I said, yes, the gameplay is simple, but it's sweet, and it's concise, and it's respectful of your time, even though it's balls hard, and I could not beat it. It's respectful of your time, and that's the least you can fucking say about it. Yeah, once you turn it off, you lose all your progress, but fucking... while you are playing this game, I don't care fucking how much you suck. If you try, you will get to the final boss. Maybe you won't be able to beat him. Maybe you won't be able to beat him, but you will get to that fucking final boss. And you will have a hell of a time getting there. Should you succeed, there may be nothing left to return to. You gotta love that shit. I mean, the whole game is like a fucking Iron Maiden album or something, you know? It's just... I can't say enough beautiful things about this fucking game, you know? Just turning it on makes me fucking happy. If I could buy a collector's edition of it, preferably with an easy mode, I totally would. And I'd want it to come with, I wanted to be like a fucking $100 edition. Came with a fucking statue of the fucking main dude. I don't care if it's a green fucking stick figure. I'm good with that. I'm so fucking good with that. And we are fastly approaching the final boss. I just have to get through the treacherous hall of eggs. Dr. Robotnik could not compose a more fucking vile hall of fucking eggs. Or Dr. Robotnik, I guess I'm showing my age again. Eggman, or whatever the fuck you people call him nowadays. He'll always be Robotnik in my heart. And actually doing some Sonic games would probably be pretty fun for the channel. You know, I got Sonic for like my 10th birthday for my Genesis, and I fucking loved it. And I never played 2, but I loved 3 too. And 3 also, I should say. And I did own Sonic CD at one point, but I never played it. Weird. It was years after it was relevant anyways. One weird thing I used to like to do with the Sonic games, and this is just really strange, I used to like play with the, like mess with the tint on my TV so that Sonic was green and everything in the game that was blue was green. Weird. But Sonic looks good in green. So yeah, just like with so many challenges in life in general and fucking platformers specifically, we have not climbed out of the darkness only to cringe and shudder in the light. Fucking man, love that shit. This is the infamous wizard / AI. I will never know unless I see some motherfucker on YouTube beat him. But look at him, just fucking look at him. He's fucking awesome. That is a majestic ass fucking final boss if I have ever seen one. That is some King Koopa level shit right there. Now, it sounds ridiculous, but I couldn't fucking, I tried. And I'm showing you maybe like a few deaths here, but fucking, however many times I died to this dude on camera, fucking, you gotta believe I did it a dozen times more, a dozen times a dozen. I tried and tried and tried, and I edited fucking video after video, and I just gave it the old college try, and it was all for naught. I am undone. This game broke me. Ah, but what sweet sorrow. It is an honor to be beaten by this fucking game, and by this space wizard in particular. To have reached this heady fucking lofty height is fucking amazing for me. And I kept hoping that I would glitch through and beat him somehow. That somehow something would break and I would just fucking get to it, but no. And that's fucking Stargard in a nutshell, man. It's a glorious fucking rocket ride to the fucking grave. And I hope you give it a chance and fucking experience it, because it is so worth your time. And at free, let me tell you, it's a bargain at twice the price. Guys, this has been your buddy Horseticuffs, dying incessantly to a fucking space wizard, and it's been a fucking ball. Thank you for watching. Please like, follow, subscribe. This is how I get my self-worth. Here's my dog in outer space and my PlayStation controller. Love you. Bye.